Hey, I'm Scott and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and hope you've had a great holiday season so far, and I'm going to wish you a happy new year. New Year's Day is coming up, so hope everything goes well for you in 2026. So before I get to the subject of today's video, I want to give you a little update on what's been going on with me. A while back, I posted a video regarding a health issue I was going to be dealing with. So I had surgery a couple weeks ago to remove a third of my colon. So I haven't been able to do much in the way of any physical activity for a couple weeks. But my recovery is going great. I'm hoping to be able to get back into the gym sometime in February. I can't do any heavy lifting for a while, anything that strains my core, because they did a lot of slicing and dicing in there. But in any event, everything's going well, and I'm happy for that. So today I want to cover a few tips for you to help you lower your scores in 2026 without putting in any extra practice. Now, this does assume that you typically get to the course on time and give yourself time to at least hit a few putts and all that stuff. So if you're one of those golfers that shows up right before your tee time, a few of these tips aren't going to help you. I would suggest that you start learning how to get to the course a little bit before your tee time so that you can prepare for your round. All right, so tip number one is take 5 minutes to do the gate drill to give yourself a little confidence boost ahead of the round on the short putts. So I described the gate drill in a video on the channel. And so check that out. Basically, you set up 3 feet from the hole, put a tee on either side of your putter, put a ball right in front of those 2 tees, and hit some putts. Try and make at least 10 in a row doing that without hitting the tees, of course. And that will get you going with making some solid contact on your 3-foot putts. So that should get you a little bit mentally prepared once you head out on the golf course. And this is especially true if you're playing a golf course that you don't typically play, and you need to get used to the greens going into that. But do it before any round in any event. Now, before you actually get to the gate drill, I suggest that you go through my lag putting drill. I'm not sure if I've got this up on the YouTube channel or not. But anyhow, set yourself up about 30 feet from the edge of the green and roll about 10 putts towards the edge of the green, and try to get as close to the edge of the green as possible without rolling the ball over onto the fringe. Hit 10 putts like that. Once you're done, take 2 tees and set them about 5 feet apart, 4, 5, 6 feet apart. Go back to that same distance. Make sure those tees are about 2 feet away from the edge of the green, and then simply stroke 10 putts to try to get them in between the 2 tees and short of the fringe of the green as well. So that will help you get used to the speed of the greens for that particular day. That should take about 5 minutes. So you've got a couple putting drills that you can do right before the round, 10 minutes tops, and then you're going to be ready for the greens that particular day. And that should help you save a shot or 2 on a golf course. Okay, so the next thing you should do is right after you hit those putts, make sure you're properly warmed up to play. That doesn't mean you need to hit a lot of balls before you play. Just make sure you've done some stretching, you're loosened up, the body's loosened up. a lot of people, when they go out and play a round of golf, if you start out cold, your swing is stiff, and this especially happens to people as we get older. You're not going to make solid contact. You might hit some miss hits, and that might cost you a shot or two the first few holes. I know that's happened to me in the past, so make sure that you're properly warmed up and loose before you hit that first tee shot. So there's a few tips right there that are basically pre-round activities that you can do. If you have a tendency to hit a slice with your driver, then check out my video where I discuss how to get rid of your slice with your driver, and run through both of those drills that I put in that video before you hit a tee shot, especially if there's trouble to the right. So if you have a tendency to hit a big banana, then work on those two anti-slice drills before you hit a tee shot. So just do like 2 or 3 reps of each of those drills, even while somebody, is getting ready to hit their shot. Make sure you're off to the side and not in their field of vision, and just get the feel of attacking the ball more from the inside or with a flatter swing plane. So that should help you hit a slightly straighter tee shot. And you might want to just slow down the swing just a touch as well, because your goal is to make solid contact, and the harder you swing, if you hit a big banana, the bigger that banana is going to be if you're a slicer of the golf ball. So that should help you stay out of trouble a little bit more often off the tee. If you do practice on a driving range now and then at least, then work on those anti-slice drills to help you get rid of that slice. All right, next up, short game. Anytime you have a shot around the green, your decision should be based on what shot you can hit that will allow you to get the ball on the ground and running the quickest. So if you have plenty of green to work with, then you want to hit a shot that gets the ball on the ground and running towards the hole the quickest. And the reason for that is it's much harder to control the distance that you fly the ball in the air towards the hole, rather than hitting a chip shot that you allow to run out. Because if you hit a chip shot that basically starts running right away, assuming you have no obstacle in front of you, then you're going to be more accurate with that shot than if you try to fly the ball further towards the hole and then stop it. So especially this is especially the case out of the rough. So if you're in the rough and you just have to fly it onto the green a little bit, then by all means you want to hit a shot that allows the ball to roll more quickly, rather than, if the pin's way in the back, then try to fly it halfway to the hole. That's just a recipe for basically not being able to save a shot around the green. So obviously, if you've got a bunker between you and the green and you don't have much green to work with, then you've got to learn how to get the ball in the air quickly with a flop shot. But assuming that you have that in your bag or whatever, then the idea around the greens is to always default to the shot that you can get on the ground and running most quickly. So, and then you kind of progress with your decision making from there. Okay, what else? Okay, the last tip that I have you to help you lower your scores this year: if you play a good amount of golf, let's say at least once a week, and probably if you're an avid golfer, more than that, start keeping detailed statistics of your rounds of golf. And this doesn't mean just how many greens you hit, how many fairways you hit, and how many putts you had. You want details regarding each shot that you hit off the tee, your approaches into the green, and your putts. The reason that you want to do this is this will help you identify some trends in your game and potential weaknesses. Just for an example, let's say over the next 5 to 10 rounds, you discover that when you have 20, long putts, you're leaving yourself with a second putt that's greater than 3 feet more often than not. Then you need to go work on your lag putting. Let's say you discover a trend that you're always missing those short putts, 3 and 4 footers, left to right putts, you're always missing them off to the right if you're a right-handed putter, or even if you're a left-handed putter, whatever. Identify your tendency with certain shots. Let's say you have a tendency to miss the green short and right with certain clubs, starting at maybe your 7 or 8 iron and then going up through the bag. You're always short and right. That should give you an idea that maybe you need to hit more club, or maybe your ball striking is just not good enough and you need to work on your ball striking. So start keeping detailed statistics, including as much detail as you can with each shot that you hit during your round of golf. Now, if you're shooting 120, don't worry about all that stuff. This is mainly for players that are trying to break 90, try to break 80, and get their handicap down into single digits or even below that. So, okay, so there you have it. Those are my tips to help you shoot some lower scores without putting in much more practice. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out scottcolegolf.com. I've got a lot of good content that I'm putting over there as well. And again, I wish you a Happy New Year and a prosperous 2026. Thanks for watching.